Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, the amazing T Street. Today's mug: the world needs who God made you to be. I'm going to get started and jump right in. Today's topic: don't skip the process of making your life a studio. A studio. Now, I have to do a confession. One of my confessions is that for me, COVID was a good season. And I know that sounds really bad and really tragic because people died. And for that, it was really a hard season. It was a hard season, but it was something that I know needed to happen for me. In COVID, I experienced the unenviable opportunity to really be at my best creative self. I turned my basement into a studio and I got to creating lots and lots of different things in terms of speeches. I was at my most creative. So, the first thing we got to know is that we have to create with intention. If we treat our lives like it's a studio, we create with intention. Every artist begins with a vision, even if it's just a spark of something. They don't start with the finished product. They start with a purpose. So whatever you're doing in your life, start with a purpose. Making your life a studio means deciding what you're creating with your days. Ask yourself, what's my theme for life? What story am I trying to tell through how I live, how I love, and how I serve? Those are the things. How you live, how you love, and how you serve. When you live with intention, every experience becomes a brushstroke, even the small ones. You stop drifting and you start designing. And for me, that's what happened in the basement during COVID. And it's also when I started designing a life that I love. Intentional living turns routine things into artwork. For some people, it may be a cup. For an artist, it's a sculpture. So that's the first thing. You've got to create with intention. The next thing you got to do is you've got to embrace the mess. I've got a sister who's an artist, and when you go into her art room, there's like tarp on the floor, but there's paint everywhere. It's crazy. There are brushes that are soaking. There's all this what looks like mess to me, but it is the embracing of that mess that makes her studio so profound. And what comes out of that studio is crazy. I just look at it and go, oh my God, this is making me crazy. Too many of us want our lives to look like a gallery, polished, presentable, perfect. But real life is a studio, not a museum. Life is about progress. And did you know that when you're progressing through life, it can be messy? Right now, I'm in a process of healing from some hurt, and healing is messy. Growth is messy. There's nothing pretty and polished about the process of life, y'all. Life has all of the accoutrements of chaos and it's real. But when we embrace the mess, we stop apologizing for not having it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out. I'm learning like everyone around me, which is why I'm always open to people teaching me new things as I'm trying to teach the new things in life that I'm learning. Studios aren't meant to be spotless, y'all. They're meant to be alive. When I walk into my sister's studio, I feel alive. So I understand why there's a creative energy for her in that space. Keep reinventing the masterpiece that is you. Keep reinventing it. Don't start all over. Just keep reinventing. No artist finishes their art in one take. I've never finished a speech the first time. I've edited and edited and edited. I'm working on a TED Talk right now. And can I tell you, I have edited that TED Talk so many times because, good morning, Erica. Good morning, Val. I have edited that TED Talk so many times, y'all. Why? Because it's a work in progress and in process. Making your life a studio means giving yourself permission to edit, to change direction, to start over, to remix your past into something more meaningful. When I start to put this thing together, I'm like, whoa, my head is spinning. I thought I had a great opening, and then I went back and I massaged it and I started it over. I've actually recreated the TED Talk twice into something that I believe is what I'm supposed to deliver on the stage that day. You are a living, breathing work of art. You're constantly under revision. And who am I under revision by? The master creator. Not by my own might, but by some of the choices that I've made. I'm always being reinvented. Keep reinventing your masterpiece. The masterpiece of your life is not your final product, y'all. It's the process of becoming. That's why I'm always talking about whatever you do, don't skip the process. Everything in life is a process, and the best parts of who we are happen when we make our life like a studio. We create with intention. We embrace the mess of life, y'all, because it's really a part of the process. And whatever we do, we keep reinventing the masterpiece because no perfect artwork happens with the first stroke. So don't be afraid to reinvent your masterpiece called life. I'm the amazing T Street, but you know what? There's absolutely positively nothing amazing in me. There's not in each and every one of you. So today I invite you, don't skip the process of making your life a studio, and from it will come a masterpiece. Have a great day.